How can we make them feel needed when dating phase and living alone? In a dating phase, it's not so important to make him feel needed, because this is already for engagement and marriage. Because while you are dating, it's all about you actually. It's about him chasing you, calling you, texting you in order to conquer you. But if you already had sex, you gave basically your cherry away, a man loses the motivation to get better, to continue dating you and seeing you. And so I would like to actually answer a question in order to help you. How can you tell if a man really loves you? You're in a dating process and a man constantly showing you off. This is my girlfriend. This is Jennifer. Look at her, beautiful. He's kind of bragging to his friends, to people around you. He takes you to the restaurant and he's walking around declaring you and showing you off. This is the first sign that a man loves you. He's showing you off and he's declaring you. By the way, besides that a man leads, provides, and protects, he's also declaring you. And how is he declaring you? He is going to register a marriage license, showing to the world that this is my woman, so that no one else is competing for you. He's just marking that this is my woman. It's almost like two bulls are fighting each other and the strongest win. And so he's showing off and sharing, this is my woman. And he has no problem to go and sign this marriage license and to declare that you are his woman. And if he just says, this is Jennifer, a friend, then that's who you are, Jennifer, just a friend. He's not crazy about you. And for this kind of woman, he would not get married. He will just go once in a while, have sex with her, go to movies with her, watch movies on the couch, but he will not put an effort because he doesn't feel that you are his woman. And man has to conquer you. If you give your cherry, giving your, you know what I mean, you sleeping with him, giving your sex, your body, until he falls in love with you and he commits to you. And that is the soonest is between 5 to 6 months for a man. And when he is already ready and is engaged with you, a man will take you for granted. He will continue looking, where is his Josephine? And what I mean by Josephine, Napoleon was going conquering the countries for Josephine, to show that he's the strong, amazing man who is crazy about her. He was conquering Egypt. He was conquering other parts of the world, even tried to go to Russia, to so many different countries. Because for a man, it's a big drive to conquer a woman. And if on the second, third, fourth, fifth date you gave him sex, you're like, another cheap, easy woman. Do you get that? And so it is not for you to think how to make him feel needed. It's all about you in a dating stage until you get engaged and married. A man has to be interested in you. He has to fall in love with you. And how a man falls in love with you is for you to not being available 24/7, texting him, calling him whenever he wants, you seeing him. You are busy. You have your own life. You have your own hobbies. And when he shows up on you on a date, you're not boring, complaining, oh, work doesn't work, I don't make enough money, I'm hardly paying the bills. Not at all. You're happy, complete, content woman in herself. And man wants to meet a woman who is happy, who is excited about life, who is whole and complete on her own. And then, by the way, when you're this emotionally healthy and happy, you're attracting emotionally happy, a high-value man like yourself. And so then the second thing, let me see what I was saying. A second way how a man shows that he loves you, he loves to provide, lead, and protect you. He loves to do that. Of course, if his income is $50,000, he will be able to take you to restaurants in his income and to vacations in his income. And if a man is making $500,000, he will be able to take you to Ritz-Carlton and Four Seasons and the best resorts, because you can't ask a man that something that he cannot afford, basically. And so if a man really loves you, for him it's not a problem to provide, lead, and protect you, because a man wants to see you happy, especially when when he's providing for you and you acknowledging him, because acknowledgement makes me feel proud that yes, I was able to take her to vacation, to this restaurant, buy her the gift for Christmas or New Year's Eve. It makes them feel macho, hero, strong, confident. And so sometimes women saying, what, I need to acknowledge him? He's never acknowledging me that I'm cooking or cleaning. But if you're not acknowledging him, you are demotivating him to do anything at all. So motivation for men to do more things comes from your acknowledgement, ladies. So please know that. Really good question, Mona. So let's see if there's more questions. And if you force feeds our children even if they're not hungry. If you or your husband or your boyfriend is forcing children to eat, sooner or later, when kids gonna start growing up at the age 3, at age 5, age 7, and then definitely at adolescence, they're gonna be battling you. That really kills. First of all, it's traumatic for children, and second of all, you are killing the bond between you and children. So of course you gotta educate your boyfriend or your husband to stop doing it, but you cannot force to change a man. A man has to be motivated to change himself, because if you're forcing, he will just resist. But if you're feminine, gentle, soft, and kind, will say, when you concentrate on things that he does well, he would do more of those things. And when you see something that he is traumatizing and hurting your kids, maybe you can come, massage him, and gently say, honey, don't worry. They're full. I fed them an hour ago also. Don't worry. They're okay. And you gently, with your soft voice, calming him down so he won't do that. But don't try to force to change him, or don't criticize him. Because with the force and criticism, men are more resistant to a change. And so that doesn't help at all. Good question. How many days I should communicate with man before first date? How to know he's cheap before that? You will not know if he's cheap until you meet him and until he will take care of the bill of your coffee, of your lunch, or your dinner. But before you meet him, you gotta see how much effort is he putting to emailing you or texting you or calling you. Is he calling you twice a day, or if he's just texting you? Because if person just texting you, that shows that he is at the level of a adolescent or a teenager, because adults pick up the phone and actually talk to each other. And so if he's just texting you or emailing you, that's not a sign of a mature man. But again, at the same time, if you don't feel comfortable yet giving him your phone number, and his emails are long where he shares himself, talks about his life, his interest, asking you questions, and then as you're replying to him through the text or emails that you like this kind of restaurant, you like this kind of food, you like this kind of flower, you like this type of season, he's really getting to know you. And he remembers that you like Thai restaurant and he invited you to Thai restaurant. This is all the sign that a man is really interested in you. And if he is a man who is constantly texting you and asking you, can you show me this picture and that picture, and his text or emails are very sexual in nature, that means he is really not interested in you. He's interested to get only in your pants. But if he's not trying to get to know you as a woman, as a person, and asking you what kind of restaurants you like, what makes you happy, what are your hobbies, what are your goals, are you married, have you been married before, do you have children, how old they are, what their names, all of this is the sign that he's interested to you. But if it's all sexual in nature, next. This is just a waste of time and a hookup. So I hope that helps. What are your thoughts on stay-at-home dads? Horrible thoughts on that. Because a man is born to conquer himself, and to provide, lead, and protect a woman and his children. But first of all, he has to learn how to protect himself before he will take on any girlfriend, a wife, and children. Because to have a girlfriend and to have a wife and children is very expensive. And so if a man stays home, he's a feminine man. You basically have a girlfriend, a sister, but that's not a man figure. Yeah, so that will be a good girlfriend to chat, to cook, to talk, but he's not leader, provider, and protector. You're never gonna feel secure, safe, and protected with a man like that. So you know my opinion on that. What if we have no choice but to work until we're married or have a partner? Obviously, Mona. Yes, until you are married, it's not a man's responsibility to provide, lead, and protect you. All he gotta do is to pay for your lunches, dinners, concerts, movies when he takes you out. But it's not his responsibility to pay for your utilities, for home, apartment, insurance, and etc. If he sees that you struggle after he's engaged, he may offer that, which is going to be a great sign. But otherwise, it's not his responsibility. And so, yes, you have to work. But in order to stay in your feminine energy, please watch my video called How to Be Feminine If You're Single or Single Mom, where I show and talk about in details what can you do to stay in your feminine energy and to attract a masculine man who is a provider, leader, and protector, who has no problem to commit to you. Because in our 21st century, most of the men say, you don't understand legal system, we don't get married because legal system is broken. It's not that the legal system is broken, it's that either you are broke and not making enough money, or second, you're really scared of women because you don't know how to make a relationship work with a woman. And that's why you're just blaming the legal system. Because a man who is a provider, leader, and protector, who is in masculine energy, he's not afraid of a woman. He knows that he already conquered himself. He will be able to provide, lead, and protect a woman. He's not intimidated by her. So I understand that 90% of men right now is in their feminine energy, and they're really allergic and scared of commitment. And so unless you're a feminine woman, you won't be able to attract this masculine man who is a provider, leader, and protector. Really good question.